Just going to give everyone a quick minute to join. If you do have a headset today, it's definitely the best way to hear us. And I just wanted to hope that if you can hear us and everything looks okay, if you can just make a quick comment in our comment box, click the wave icon on the bottom right hand of your screen to let you know that all's okay, or maybe let us know where you're coming from or where you're calling in from today, and or where you are at in the Visit Utah Walker Tracker Challenge. All right, looks like everything is working. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Isabel. Awesome, from Orange County, California. Cool. Quebec City, Mississauga. Awesome. Okay, well, let's get started. We know it's an extremely challenging time for the industry and are super grateful for your support of Utah in this time. Thank you for joining us for our first December Talk It Tuesday webinar series focused on giving you a more in-depth understanding of a few of our key regions in Utah who support our markets in Canada. Jeanette Petros joins me today live on location from Kanab and the Kane County Office of Tourism, and I'll turn it over to hear her shortly as our regional expert. In case I haven't personally met you before, I'm Corey Marshall and fortunate to be the account director for Utah in Canada. Today is a great opportunity to extend your knowledge for when we are all back in action selling holiday experiences in 2021. I've been working with Utah and visited Kanab on many occasions, and I've been fortunate to hike the wave, abseil the Huntress, sandboard coral pink sand dunes, and have one of my all-time favorite Utah meals at Sego. Jeanette's going to tell you more about these experiences in a minute. After today's webinar, both Jeanette and I are here to help you build itineraries and be the connection between you and your client and all that Kanab has to offer. As a reminder, if you're participating in our Visit Utah Walker Tracker program, your attendance today gets you one additional ballot into our grand prize draw for a trip to Utah in 2021. We've been super impressed with some of our Canadian walkers. One of our Canadian walkers in particular is the all-time leader, and he has done more than 1.5 million steps since the challenge began. So well done to you, and well done to Anjuna, Holy Guacamoles, and Baxter Media, who are our top 3 teams at the moment. But there's still 23 days left, I think, or sorry, less than that, 17 days left in the challenge, so lots of time to get your steps up. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. If you have any questions as we go along, please type these in the comment box, and we'll endeavor to answer them during or at the end of the webinar today. Before we start, we also have a few questions for you. So I'm going to get those to appear on your screen, and we'll get you to go ahead and answer these questions as they come up. So you actually click into the bubble in the middle of the screen and then scroll your mouse down. But if you can answer for us, have you been to Utah? Yes or no? Have you been to Kanab? Yes or no? And have you sold Kanab to your clients? Yes or no? Once you've selected the bubbles in each case, if you can hit the black submit button in the middle of your screen. Those of you that answer our questions at the beginning today and then correctly answer our questions at the end of the webinar today that might just happen to come from the information Jeanette shares with you will be entered into our spot prize draws. Kane County's put a couple of great spot prizes together for our webinars this week, and Jeanette will send that to one lucky winner that we'll announce tomorrow. So that leaves it for me. I'm going to now turn you over to our expert, Jeanette from the Kane County Office of Tourism. Take it away, Jeanette.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today with all of you from Canada. So exciting. I wish I was there in person, and I'm hoping to be able to make a trip up in April if things go well and we're able to travel. So excited. So I am just really excited to share with you a lot about Kanab today. That's where I was born here. I know a lot of the hidden gems, I feel like, from just running around and playing as a kid. And so I'm excited to share that with you. But let's go ahead and start this off with a video.
Yeah, it's a one more call, it's a one more what you doing right now. It's a one more trip to my side of town and walk right in. It's one more, here we go again. I tell myself I'm not in love, but one more time is not enough. One last kiss and then you're gone.
All right, thank you. Okay, and Corey, I'm not seeing my slides up here to click through.
They're coming, Jeanette. 1 second.
Okay, thank you. There we go. All right. All right, so I'm so excited to be here, as I said, and I just have to mention right off, as I was watching those sandboarders in the video, we just had family in town for Thanksgiving, and I took my teenagers there. It was the first time they'd ever been, and they were like, we can't believe we've never been. It's so fun, and that's a 20-minute thing from Kanab. Just an awesome thing to do. To start off with, though, I want to share kind of where we're at. So if you fly into Las Vegas, we're 3 hours from the Las Vegas airport. That's our nearest major airport. And second to that is Salt Lake City. And so we've got 2 airports that are within a nice drive that you can come to Kanab and stay. We are located right in the middle of 3 national parks, which is very unique and awesome. And one of those being the Grand Canyon. This picture here is the north rim of the Grand Canyon. And we love to talk about the north rim of the Grand Canyon. It is one of the way lesser visited sides of the Grand Canyon. So it's definitely like you drive up through a forest and you get to go explore the Grand Canyon, and you don't have as many of the crowds. It is closed in the winter, only the few winter months, but all the rest of the year it's open, and it is such an awesome drive. You get to drive up there, you pass buffalo fields, and then they have a really old, unique lodge that's there. And then, like I said, we're about 80 miles from there, and then we're also an hour and a half from Bryce, and then we're about 45 minutes from Zion National Park. So we'd like to share that with folks and hope that they would make Kanab their base camp to avoid having to move to hotels and unpack every night, and then you get to spend some time in our quaint little town of Kanab. Another thing that we're very known for, as more of recently, is the Wave. And I don't know if you've heard of the Wave, but it is the only legal lottery in Utah. And what I mean by that is the Wave is so delicate and has those little fins of sand that are so breakable that the BLM office here in Utah has limited the amount of people that can go. And so we only can take 20 people in a day. And that's so they'll allow 10 people to do an online lottery, and 10 people come to Kanab each day, get in a drawing for the next day for your lottery. And it's a really exciting thing. Going to the Wave lottery itself is a fun, exciting thing to do, and something you should do. If you can come to Kanab, you should definitely do the Wave lottery every day and hope that you win, because it's such a unique, awesome thing to do. You may recognize it from Microsoft Windows. Got a hold of a photo similar to this in 2009 and started using it as a background. And ever since then, it's just went crazy. I bet today they had 300 people here just trying to get one of those 10 spots for the Wave. Now, if you don't get the Wave, that's still okay. We have so many hidden gems here and so many things that, like I said, I mean, being from here, I never even went to the Wave. I didn't even know about it. And there's so many things to do, even if you don't get to go to the Wave. This picture here is called White Pocket. And this is a great big mass area of land that's rock. And it reminds me of taking like caramel and cream and ice cream and taffy and pulling it and twisting it. And it seriously looks like when you're there that someone took some taffy, pulled it apart, twisted it, and set it down. It's just amazing. I went out there on a tour thinking, oh, I'll spend a couple hours or wander around. And I ended up spending 4 hours just walking around. It's such an amazing spot and so many things that you can see out there. So we really love White Pocket. Okay, now this one is one of my favorites for sure. And if you ever do come to Southern Utah, or if you have clients, please don't let them miss going to a slot canyon. Slot canyons are so awesome and such a unique thing that we have here in Southern Utah. This slot canyon here, I wish you could see the full view, but it's called Buckskin Gulch. It's 23 miles long, and you can walk through it and go as short as you want or as long as you want. So those folks in that picture look like they're going backpacking, and you can do that and take a tent. Or when I went, I had young kids. We went in, we walked in for about an hour, and then we turned around and walked out, and we were totally happy. You can do whatever you want, but this one is so awesome because this does not require four-wheel drive. It's a 40-minute drive from Kanab. You can make this a nice little day trip, and then you can also see some of our other hidden gems while you're out near this Buckskin Gulch. It is definitely a favorite of mine. Another thing, when you come to Kanab, you don't need to worry about if you don't know the places to go. We have lots of guides. You can do Hummer tours. You can ride the slingshot. You can ride ATVs. That's out on the sand dunes, or you can go an aerial tour up in the airplane there. And that's what this picture this next one is. This is on the aerial tour overlooking Zion National Park, and it's just such a unique landscape that I'm so happy to share with all of you. Again, we have more horseback riding and the ATVs that you can rent and drive yourself, or you can have a guide take you, and then they'll take you for some really fun rides. Another thing that I just recently got into was the abseiling, and I would highly suggest, if you get a chance, if you do one tour and you don't want to do all of them, you don't want to pay, do the abseiling. It's so amazing. It's such an opportunity that you don't get in other places. Another thing I'm really excited to share is our Best Friends Animal Society. And I don't know if you may have heard of this. This is the largest no-kill animal sanctuary in the United States. At any given time, they may have up to 1,700 dogs, and I've heard up to 1,500 cats. And along with that, they'll have pigs and horses and other animals. And it's just an opportunity when you're on vacation and you're doing all these things for yourself. And sometimes it's nice to give back. And this is a chance that you can sign up ahead of time, give some service hours. You can go volunteer. You may go walk some dogs. You can even take a foster animal home to where you're staying, to your hotel. And a lot of our hotels here in Kanab do accommodate pets. And so this is a great opportunity to give back and to have kind of a different, unique experience on your vacation. As I said, we have lots of different properties here. We have boutique properties and we have the chain properties, and a lot of them are with the receptives that I hope that ought to be able to help get your bookings that you can do. We just have a lot of different opportunities for different types of stays depending on what your folks are looking for. One of them I'm really excited about is East Zion. And I know you're probably familiar with Zion National Park. And we, close to Kanab, about 30 minutes away, is the east entrance to Zion. And it gets a lot less of the people. It's 25% higher in elevation. And so it's a lot cooler and allows for kind of a quiet, more serene visit. And then you can enter into the park and get into all the hikes and things that everybody loves over in Zion. And so this resort is called Zion Mountain Ranch, and they are with the receptive, and they have this farm here. You can't see it all, but they have farm to table restaurants. They have a big herd of buffalo. They have the horse riding, horseback tours, and a lot of things to offer. We're really excited about Zion Mountain Ranch and East Zion. Another thing that we love about Kanab and Kane County is we're home to one of the few Amangiri resorts that's in the United States. A lot of these resorts are in Singapore and out of the country, and we are fortunate to have one right here in Kane County. This is near Lake Powell. And these are exclusive, like if you've got guests that are wanting to pay the higher rates. Last time I looked, before I came on my last sales mission, we looked one up and it was $4,000 for a night. Now, that does come with anything you can dream of. Any request, nothing's too much. They'll do whatever you want. And this is a great opportunity if you have people looking for that high-end vacation. Amangiri is definitely for you. And as Corey shared, this is Sago is the really great restaurant we have here. And Chef Sean is up there on the top left. And we're so fortunate to have him. He trained out at Amangiri and then among other places. And then he decided to come to Kanab and open his own restaurant, which is Sago. And he's really set the bar for us, and we're really lucky to have had that, because now, due to that, we've had other fine dining move into town. And we're so lucky to be able to offer folks to have such a unique stay, and then to be able to have dining, like just some really good quality high dining. Another thing I'd like to share about Kanab and my hometown is that back in the 50s and 60s, we were known as Little Hollywood. And we've had over 250 Western films filmed right here in Kanab in the surrounding area. I hear stories from my dad. My dad's from here too, and he'd tell me about how he was the bellboy at this very hotel. This is right on Main Street in Kanab. And he was a bellboy, and how exciting it would be when the stars would come in, and how they would tip him, and and there's some crazy stories. They bought football jerseys for the football team, and because they used the football field for some of their shoots. And anyway, staying here at this property though was really awesome, and it is with the receptive. And they, above the doors to the room, they have a list of which star actually stayed in the room. And so you get an opportunity to stay in some of these rooms and visit the same properties that some of your famous old stars stayed at. So it's a really unique thing to Kanab. And this is downtown Kanab. That's our iconic K Hill with the K on the mountain. We just want to answer any questions you might have and share with you that we're so excited if any of your folks want to come here, and let me help you and help you plan itineraries, and anything else that you might need would be happy to help you with. So thanks for your time today.
Oh, Jeanette, thank you so much. I know I'm inspired to get back there on my next trip in 2021 and come and see some of the things that I haven't yet. But in the meantime, guys, if you have any questions for Jeanette, go ahead and type them into the box. I know that one that I like to ask, because there is some tips and tricks to the wave, is that there's a particular day of the week for you and or your clients, because I know some of you said, I've got to go. And there are some tricks. So do you have any like insider's tips in terms of the best day to get a lottery pass?
Yes. Okay. Definitely. If you could come on a Friday, come on a Friday. The secret about Friday is when the wave we're not open on Saturday and Sunday. Now this is through the winter months. We're not open on Saturday and Sunday. So if you can come on a Friday or a 3-day weekend, you have the opportunity on a Friday to win your ticket for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So instead of pulling 10 out of the bingo ball, they're going to pull out 30 people just on a Friday. So definitely come on a Friday if you can.
Yeah, and it is a thing in Kanab too, that people will actually travel there and stay and then go every day and wait and wait and try and get their pass.
My first time I went, there was a guy there who had been 16 days in a row and he finally won. Awesome.
Yeah. So some of it you get it the first time, some of them have to wait 16 days or longer. And
it's okay because there's stuff to do. That man was from France and he had plenty to do.
There's so much to do. Any other questions, guys, from you? We do have a few questions for you guys before concluding the webinar today. But if any of you have questions, please go ahead and keep typing them in and we'll get to them. But our questions for you are now on the screen. And again, if you can go ahead and answer these, we are going for correct answers here. So definitely pop your answers into the bubbles and then again, hit submit at the bottom of the screen. These answers will get you a ballot into one of Jeanette's spot prize draws for a Kane County gift package. So what Southern Utah location requires winning a lottery to gain access? Is it Zion, Buckskin Gulch, Horseshoe Bend, or the Wave? Which national park is not located near Kanab, Utah? Is it Bryce Canyon, Glacier National Park, the Grand Canyon, or Zion? And what is the closest major airport to Kanab? Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, or Denver? So again, just go ahead and answer those and hit the submit button. Don't answer them on the message chat. Actually answer them on the screen if you can and hit submit. Jeanette, we did have a question come up from Jackie. What do you think should be the typical length of stay in Kanab?
Oh, I would definitely try to stay 4 nights or so, at least. I mean, you could do it less, but you'll want to come back.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the proximity to, like you said, to the North Rim, to White Pocket, to the Slot Canyons, to Coral Pink Sand Dunes, to Zion. I mean, it is a great spot. And for Canadians actually coming down south into maybe some of their second properties the snowbirds that are coming in the winter, Kanab is a great base camp for them as they come through into Arizona. As you said, being so close. And so it is a great place. And yeah, you're spot on, I'd say, with the 4 nights. I agree. Any other questions, guys? I see a couple people typing in now. Average budget per day.
It depends what time of year, because our hotels do vary in the different rates. And it's hot in the summer. I see someone said that. On the average budget, though, back to that, it depends. It depends on how you like to travel. If you like to eat out, if you like to eat in, if you want to stay in a nicer, we have all different scales of properties. And so I think we can accommodate any budget that you have. So either way, the high end or the less expensive.
Yeah. And we'll send you guys links out tomorrow to some of the tour operators and the programs that they offer, whether it's to go guided canyoneering or guided hiking, etc. The temperature variation in the winter. Well, how mild is the temperature? Well, what's the temperature like today?
Okay, so today, right now, it's gorgeous, by the way. Blue skies, I'm looking out my window. My watch says it's 51 degrees. So that's great for hiking, though, honestly. Especially a lot of those strenuous hikes, you want to be a little bit cooler. When I went to the Wave, it was 60 degrees, and I could have been a little cooler because it was kind of a hike to get out there.
Yeah. And how hot in the summer?
In the summer, it can get up to 100, 102 is about where the highest we would get. So for hiking in the summer, you just want to get up early, or go later in the afternoon so you can be sure and not get too hot.
Yeah, and then Carmen asked best time of the year. Obviously, there's different festivals and events in Kanab all year, but personally for me, my best experiences in southern Utah have been in the winter. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that there's less people, less crowds, and the climate is good for hiking and being outdoors, especially in the Kanab area. So I could go hiking today. It would be great, and it's December. So I agree with Corey. The winter months are nice. Yeah. So that's kind of some tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, again, guys, we will share some links, the link to the webinar today in case you want to share it with colleagues or friends. We will also share our prize winner that will be announced for the spot prize tomorrow. If you are completing in Walker Tracker, keep those steps up. You might have already been to Kanab or close to getting there. I know Jeanette's not quite there yet, but she's getting close. And we will all see you at the finish line on December the 18th. You will get an extra ballot in the draw for our grand prize for Walker Tracker by attending today. And in case you haven't signed up, we'll also include in our follow-up tomorrow, our second Talk It Tuesday is on Cedar Breaks National Monument in Cedar City, which is another one of the final stops in the Walker Tracker, and that's next Tuesday. So we'll make sure we include a link for that as well. Thanks, Jeanette, again for joining us. And
Thank you for having me.
We will leave you guys all today with one final video to inspire you and your future travelers to consider Kanab on their next USA holiday.
Get up, get up, get up.